first thing I want to do is thank God for allowing you to tune in and listen. I'm your host, Vincent Spriggs II, and this is our very first episode of Game Changers Movement Podcast. That's right, Game Changers. When we don't like the game, we change it. This podcast right here is going to encourage, it's going to empower, and it's going to challenge my adult listeners to get off the bench, get in the game, and start to mentor some of these youth that's in the city, that's in the community, or just in their sphere of influence. This podcast is also going to challenge our youth to stop being followers, to stop trying to fit in so that they can actually stand out and maximize their full potential. Listen, I'm just so excited to have my two special guests here in the studio. Man, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to introduce first. I got this young man to my left. He's a upcoming senior, rising senior at Manassas High School. He's multi-talented. He does a little rapping. He also is super intelligent, and I'm just happy to have him on the show. He's trying to navigate and figure out, what trade he's going to lean into and take all the way his senior year as he graduates. Will it be HVAC? Will it be electricianing? Will it be chef, maybe? I want to introduce you guys to Kadante Irby, a.k.a. Duke. Go ahead and say something to him.
How y'all doing today, man? My name Duke. Mr. Irby in the school. Welcome Duke on the sound.
All right. And then I'm gonna back up because I just want you guys to understand that at this Game Changers Movement podcast, there will always be a mentorship dynamic. I will always have a youth guest, and I will have an adult expert. And leading into my adult expert of today, I just want to say, man, the first time I met this brother, the energy was off the chart. When I spoke to him, I could hear his heart, his passion for the youth. And I was just like, about 5 to 10 young men that I knew just came to mind as I was talking to him. And I just kept thinking in my head, it's somebody that needs to hear his story. Somebody got to hear his story. And so I'm just so thankful to have him on the podcast. And when I'm around him, I'm originally from D.C., but I've been in Memphis for 14 years. But when I get around him, my main, I got to start talking about the main. I got the hottest chef in the city on the Game Changers Movement podcast. I'm going to introduce him and say his name, or try to say his name like him, but can't nobody duplicate or replicate how he say it and match his energy. Mr. AJ, come on, man.
Come on, man. AJ, food delivery, man. Mr. Chef, hottest chef in the city right now, man. Appreciate you for having me on the podcast, man. It's a blessing, man, to be here.
Man, appreciate you for coming, man. Thank you so much, man. So we're gonna start off with a Game Changers Movement podcast quote of the day, okay? So when I give you guys this quote, I want you guys, to tell me first what it means to you, but then to kind of expound and incorporate your life to give an example of, how it relates, okay? So the quote of the day is, tough times don't define you, they refine you. I'm say it one more time for my listeners out there. Tough times don't define you, they refine you. Dude, you go ahead and take that first, man.
Yeah, about the quote of the day. I feel like that quote, that's the quote. Like, a person should hear that quote and take it a long way, because people go through stuff in real life. People go through real life things. So I feel like when people hear that quote, they should carry it. Like, don't let the past affect now, Don't let the past affect your future. None of that. That's how I feel toward it. You know.
Okay. Talk to your listeners, man. Because listen, you got some youth. You got adults that listen to this podcast and see this podcast, and when they see it, I want them to be like, man, I need to start mentoring. But the youth, when they see Duke on the Game Changers Movement podcast, and they watching Duke, and they see how you move, you know, they see how you talk, like, I want them, you can actually change some folks' mindsets and how they move. And so I want you to share an experience with them that reflects on the fact that a tough time didn't define you, it only refined you.
Right. So I'm gonna just say this, like, for everybody under 18, like, we got time. That's for anybody. I don't care who you is, you in the city, you got something going on, you in the streets, or you a nerd, or somebody picking on you, anything, we got time. Life still gotta go on. Don't let nobody stop you or none of that. Achieve your goal, chase your goal. It's something out there everybody want. And I just say that because, you know, well, a long time ago, you know, growing up, I pranked. I pulled one to move, but I wanted to be like everybody else because I feel like it was cool. But it ain't cool to be like everybody. It's cool to be yourself, cool to be a leader. It ain't cool to be no follower. Being a follower, being a sinner, ain't none of that cool. It cool to be yourself, cool to get some money. It ain't really cool to, you know, beef, tote guns and all that. I'm just saying that because, you know, in my generation, that's what a lot of folks doing.
Yeah.
They toting guns, they, you know, all that, slanging, all that, stealing, all that.
Duke, you use a term, you said prank. And I know it's somebody that's like 40 or over that's going to be listening. Right. They like, what is the young buck talking about? What you mean so prank? You prank
when
people?
When I say prank, as in prank, the term prank mean what it mean. Like, you know, something happened, but it didn't really happen. Y'all just faked it out. Like, so
Okay.
I'm saying, like, don't prank with your time. Like, use it. It's major. Use your time. That's what I mean by, you know, don't prank. Ain't no prank. No pranking.
Okay. All right, AJ, what you got for me, man?
Man, I feel like the question it points toward your character in a way, to where like you can go through something and then it'll test you to where like you have to make a decision. So within the question, I feel like in life you're gonna have a situation where you have to make a decision, and you gotta either know the outcome or be prepared for the outcome. Everything you do, it follows you. You know what I'm saying? People gonna judge you. So you know, every day you wake up, I feel like that quote should prepare you for your decision making. You know what I'm saying? Tell yourself, man, I'm trying to prepare myself for a good day. I'm not gonna let anybody get me out of character. I'm not gonna do anything I shouldn't be doing, so I can come home safe. Like, if you want to come home safe, you should say that quote to yourself. Like.
Because when I think of the word refine, it's essentially perfecting something through pruning or polishing off or like causing some type of friction. A lot of times people go through things and they like, man, I need this to hurry up and stop.
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of times it's the tough times that is smoothing you out. It don't feel good when you been rubbed the wrong way, but it's the tough times that add the character to who you are. Right? And makes your story a little bit more interesting. Like, you know, who wants to watch a movie and you know, tough times in the movie or overcoming the tough times?
Nah, for real.
Right. My next question is, I want you guys to share a mindset or a cycle that held you back from making progress in your life. Like, sometimes we go through cycles of doing different things that is in direct opposition to where you say you want to go with your vision. Like, when you got a vision for yourself, just understand this opposition is going to come with that vision. It's going to be temptation to get you to go away from what it is that you see yourself doing. And so I just want to know, like, what's some of those cycles? Because there's somebody that's listening that's in a cycle right now. They don't know how to get out, you know, and your story can help them come out that cycle or see things differently than where they are. What you got for them, Duke?
So, you know, growing up, right, I wanted some money. Like, when I was a little kid, I seen what $1 can do. So I wanted a lot of dollars. But as I got older, as I got more into the world, I don't know, like, I chose the wrong path that would held me back. See, the thing is, growing up, when I got 13, 14, 15, teenager, right?
Right.
All the other teenagers, you know, they were making their way. Like, they were going to get it. They were going to take it. Like, you know. But I ain't never look into it how, you know, I ain't finna go take nothing. I ain't finna go steal nothing, you know. I'm gonna go work for it. But at that moment, I was a young man. Like, I chose the wrong path, followed behind the wrong people probably. Took the wrong path. Okay, I got this. Now I got a little money in my pocket. I'm like, okay, maybe I need to keep this going. But it got too good to what a point. Caught me a charge, 15 years old, went to jail. And that house arrest, that, you know, 16 months, all that, you know, 11 months, 29 days, all that held me back from a lot of stuff. Because I was scared, like, I ain't trying to go back there. Like, it held me back from a lot of stuff. I'm not saying I was scared when I was there.
Yeah.
When I was there, it was boring. Like, I miss my family. You know? A lot of people probably think I went in there thinking about, oh, we finna jack, da-da-da. Nah, I went in there thinking about what my little brother at home doing. Like, what my mama thinking about right now. They was the only person called me, my mama.
You mean your boys ain't
Nah.
They ain't hit you up?
Nah. See, I got locked with my homeboy. But, yeah, I got locked with them. But, you know, I wasn't even just focused on, like, no homeboys, and then I was just worried about what my dude was thinking, you know. Because my dude didn't raise me to be, you know.
Yeah.
But I just feel, you know, no daddy. Nigga wanted to make a way. Well, I got a daddy, y'all, but, yeah. I ain't had no daddy in the house, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I was the daddy in the house. This how I felt. I got a baby brother, a little brother. My big brother gone. By his way, he finna be a police officer.
Oh, okay.
So, you know.
Shout out to Big Bro.
I just feel like I wanted to be a man in the house. Like, I wanted to, you know, take responsibility. I ain't want my mama to pay no bill or nothing. You know, even though she had it, she gonna go, you know, 24/7, she gonna go punch the clock every day, Sunday through Sunday. It just, I don't know. Like, I always wanted everything, like, I'm all about loyalty. I always wanted everything handed to my people. I ain't never wanted nothing handed to me. I'm just grateful what's handed to me. I want everything handed to my people, for sure. But a long time ago, I chose the wrong route. Right now, I wish I knew what I knew. Right now, I just know, like, stay down. That's all it take. And I got time. Just stay down. Everything gonna pay off.
Stay humble out the way. Okay.
Most definitely stay humble.
For sure.
About you, AJ?
Man, I feel like a moment that might have held me back from certain opportunities with my choice of drug abuse. I always been young and high, feeling like I need to be high all day long, 24/7, smoking weed. It's like that's all was on my mind, be outside. It'll stop me from a lot of opportunities because I could have been putting time in elsewhere. I could be reading books, could be working out, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people go through drug abuse. A lot of people are trying to figure out how can they change from drugs. They want to take different routes, but the drug is a mind thing and is a health issue. So I got a sister, she's on crack cocaine, and I look at her and I just know, I pray for her knowing that it ain't a lot that I can do, but I know how strong that drugs are. So I used to be real hard on weed. I had to cut it down, slack it real, get up off of it so I can open my mind, get things done. It was making me lazy, you know what I'm saying, missing jobs. I was going to work high, going to jobs smelling like weed, you know what I'm saying. So drugs can stop a lot of opportunities, you know what I'm saying, a lot of paths in your way. I get a good job and might fail the drug test, you know what I'm saying, and just doors getting slammed in your face due to the fact that you ain't discipline yourself knowing that what you putting in your body. So like that right there was a big cycle for me and a lot of my friends. We do is smoke, some pop pills, some drink lean.
Yeah.
You know, and some kids that might be younger than us want to smoke weed. I used to sell drugs, so we'll sell it to whoever want to buy it. Like, so in our community right now, drug abuse is very heavy right now. Like, people not admitting it, but
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
And so like, what motivated you to come up out of that? Because like you said, like I teach at high school, so I know what you're saying is true, because I see a lot of kids, a lot of our youth, in order to just function and get by, like sometimes they gotta smoke before they even get to the schoolhouse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you smell it on them. But how did you come out of that? Because I know they're gonna be listening, and like I know they look up to you, man.
Yeah, sure.
What you got, man?
Man, a wake up call for me on drugs. My drug choice was marijuana, but I used to hang with a couple of friends that they wanted to choose other things, but they didn't do it while I was around. So when they came around me, either already on this other drug or want to do it in front of me, it was a eye awakening to me. I was like, what are you doing? Like, so when I have friends that might want to start snorting powder, some popping pills, and then, you know, I just went with it, like, you know what I'm saying? So once I seen them do it, and then they start losing weight, some losing their mind, they start panhandling. To me, it was like, that could easily be me. And it's like, to see people you grow up with, and they like on they butt, man, they can't help themselves, they just let life go. You either gonna make a decision to like do something to help them and help yourself. So I was like, I want to be the one that if they can't do it for themselves, I'll be the one that'll be able to help them and say, when they look at me, they're gonna remember me. So certain people I knew that was on drugs, I asked them like, do you remember my name? And they'll say, yeah. And that'll motivate me to like, long as you remember my name, you'll remember whatever I do for you. Like, if you can remember the name. So I started giving to the homeless, I started giving more. And the more I started giving, it was taking me away from wanting to be on drugs, because I always think about drug addicts. And I started putting myself around real drug addicts, like this low. Like I go out there, be on the corner store, I sit beside them, talk to them, build a real bond. I saw them, I cry beside them, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I know that people look at them like they ain't nobody, but they made a choice, and some choices you can't turn from. So that's why I teach people to like think before you take action, before you speak, before you do anything. You think about it.
Yeah,
For sure.
man, that's so real. That's like when we talk to youth, and like Irvin, you can kind of chime in on this. Like, sometimes I try to relay that message to the kids at the schoolhouse, and a lot of them, they don't think that it can happen to them.
Yeah, they can be on the street, junkie, crackhead. It's real.
Irby, so like, dude, with this being your senior year, what do you see yourself? What trade do you think that you want to not only look to in the future, but like start doing your research now, so that you can plan ahead? So once you graduate, you already kind of know where you going, where you headed. Like, what can you start doing now to prepare for your tomorrow?
See, I ain't gonna lie, like, I've been looking in the HVAC a lot because I like air. Of course, everybody like air. And my birthday in the winter, it's so cold when my birthday come around. I'm a Sagittarius, so you know how I feel outside when my birthday come around. Then I think about stuff like them days where my dude didn't have no air in the car. I was like, wow, I could fix that. Then, or when we were just getting out of school early, cause you know the air was out, and I was like, what if I could fix that? Like, I'm all about, you know, helping my community, helping my environment. So whatever trade is gonna be helping my environment for sure. I've been looking in the HVAC, studying HVAC, the union, TCAT, CL3, all that. I'm just waiting to May so I can, the next chapter. This the last chapter of this book.
Last chapter of that book, but make sure you figuring out what you can be doing right now to prepare you for the next step. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to wait until you graduate, then you trying to scramble. Like, use that phone as like a computer in your pocket and start doing the research. And maybe there's some people that you can meet at the school, right now. You ain't got to wait until later. Like, form those relationships to increase your chances of doing what it is that you say you're trying to do.
Right. And another thing, like for my generation, like a lot of people in my generation want money.
Okay.
So that's the thing about this generation, 21st century. These generation kids, y'all want money. But I just want to tell y'all, like, all money ain't to be made illegally. Like, yeah, fast money, good. All fast money ain't good money. Like, grind for it, work for it, and don't touch it. Just let it sit, let it stack. It's gonna, it's gonna do what it do.
No, for real.
Ain't nothing wrong working no 9 to 5. I'm gonna tell you, I've been working since I was 15. The streets, I was born in the street. That don't mean nothing. I've been working since I was 15. I'm finna be 18. I still got a job to this day. That's my grind. That's my hustle. That's the trap.
Man, 100.
Man, what you got on what he just said? Because I meet youngers all the time, and they be like, man, I be like, what you trying to do with your future? You know what they number one answer? A lot of them, they be like, man, I'm just trying to get some money, man.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get some money. I'm like, well, how you gonna get the money? Man, it's whatever. Whatever I gotta do to get the money, I'm gonna do it. But I'm like, let me just add something to that. Like, you gotta have a vision. Like, figure out what you passionate about, what it is that you want to do, and then once you see that, then the money can come find you because you'll start moving in your passion and your purpose. But a lot of folks just doing anything for the money. But what you think?
I feel like just as much as the money ain't coming, the same feeling you gotta know that you gonna feel that even when it's coming. Like when the money coming, it's still gonna feel like it ain't coming because it's never too much money.
No.
So like, but you gotta be used to it. Like if it's $1, be used to $1. Like don't let money change you. You know what I'm saying? Make the money. And a lot of people looking on TV and looking in their phone and they think it's that easy. We need hands on. Like you gotta get your hands dirty. You gotta, if it's cooking, then you gotta make something. You might not know what it is you making. Just get there and make it. If you want to work on a car, just get down there and get dirty. Like you gotta put your hands on what it is you trying to do. You gotta put your hands where it is you trying to go. Like point out, get your map. Know where you're headed, where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Be your own GPS. And you're going to get there for sure. Believe in your route. Believe in yourself. And don't let nobody come and change your route and what it is you're trying to do. Stick to it. Like, that's how I am. Like, you ain't going to get the support, the likes, the views. You can't care about that at all. All you got to care about is I'm doing something I love and I'm going to sleep good at night. When I wake up, either they going to love it like I did when I went to sleep, or they gonna see, or they gonna gain to love it eventually. This is just how I got to where I'm going. Like.
And so AJ, I want you to speak to the lane that you currently in. What's your brand, man?
Right now I cook, man. I'm a chef, man. I'm in school, culinary arts school. I'm trying to gain knowledge about cooking, man, and so I can be able to spread the word around the world that we gotta continue to eat healthy. It's okay to eat things that you like to enjoy, but health is wealth, you know what I'm saying, our body. Right now we fighting a lot of diabetes in our country, in our state, and people just afraid to eat healthy, and we gotta embrace it. At the same time, you wanna have fun with food, you know what I'm saying? If food look too good to not eat things that's not good for you, but you gotta balance your life out. You gotta balance it out, man. You gotta eat some eat something good, eat something bad.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. I'm cooking, man. Showing the youth it's all right to cook. Cook for your mom, cook for your dad, your aunt, your little brother, your sister. You know what I'm saying? Make yourself something to eat. Like, don't always think that somebody gonna fix your plate for you.
The oodles and noodles count.
The oodles and noodles count, man. Nah, for real. All flavor, beef, chicken,
Shrimp.
all on the shrimp. Yeah, man. Make your own noodles, man. Sure.
And so like, what solidified cooking as the route for you? It's a whole lot of different ways that you can make money. It's a whole lot of different things you can be passionate about. But how did you find your passion for cooking? Where did that come from?
Well, for me, man, I was in the streets. I watched my aunt, being in the ghetto, raised in the ghetto. I watched my aunt and them cook dishes. Watched my grandmama cook dishes, and then growing up, getting older, living life, getting into becoming an adult, knowing that you got to cook for yourself. Now you're not always under your mom's roof or your parent or your family roof. So I just knew that when I got hungry, it seemed like I wasn't gonna eat unless I got up and made it. And then fast forward, I end up having kids, being in a relationship, and needing government assistance, having food stamps. They give you a lot of food stamps nowadays. They're giving people a lot of stamps, man. They're giving extra, and a lot of people are selling their food stamps when they could be home cooking. You could be storing food for emergency, and people just are giving it away. And once I experienced me being with my kid's mother and the government assistance of food stamps, I tend to took advantage of that, And I used to sell weed a lot. And my kid's mom, she had mentioned to me one night, all you do is sell weed, you're not profiting. And it's like, felt like an insult to me, like it felt like disrespect. But I knew that she cared about me in a way. But it's like, I asked myself, I knew that it was more than one person like her that thought that, but she was the only person that was able to tell me. And it was like, dang, it was a pill I had to swallow, smack in the face.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I'm gonna do something that's gonna change the narrative. I'm gonna show everybody. So I planned that night and I plotted my whole life that night to create what it is you see now. A&J Food Delivery, Mr. Come On Man, Hot Chef in the city, man.
So like, how are people swallowing that pill? Like how do your friends, your family, people in the community that you grew up with, like how are they receiving like the new you in a sense? Like you said, you plotted, you planned, you strategized, you came back to the table and you said, I'm about to reinvent myself, if you will.
Right.
So when you reinvented yourself, like was they like, come on, man?
Yeah, they was like that. They was like, come on, man, because come on, man it's a word that's used all around the world. But I had a couple of friends that went to prison or whatever, and they came back to the community, and they were saying the word more than often. And these these friends of mine that were saying this word, they already had a type 9, what you say, hood fame. We could speak on any topic that weed smoking. Come on, man. What you got going? Come on, man. Come on, man was the next word to say behind everything. So then my friends was rappers. They used to rap. I didn't rap, but I supported the music. I go home after being outside with them all day with music, and I go home and start cooking. And then I start saying, come on, man, in the videos, because that's all I'm hearing in the back of my mind, being in the neighborhood. It's just like a song. If you have a friend in the hood and he released a new song and he got y'all listening to it first before everybody, you're gonna be thinking about it. So I put it in my food and I started posting the videos, and for about 2 years it didn't do nothing. It didn't get no likes, no support. And then I used to stop cooking at a certain time, but I used to lose so many jobs that it seemed like when I lose a job, my grind for cooking was the only outlet of income. So I extended my hours. Started staying up to 5 a.m. I started letting Memphis know that. I started speaking things into existence. Like I started saying I'm the hottest in the streets. People like, what? My friends started looking at me like I'm crazy. The first thing I took to my community and started saying is I'm a boss. I said, I'm a boss, man. I got my own business. I don't work for nobody. I'm able to pay and get things done with what I created. I feel like a boss. Like I don't got a lot of money, but I feel it. And one of my friends made a statement. He was like, "You're not a boss. A boss don't." He was like, "A boss don't be on the scene." He was like, "You on the scene. You delivering your food. You doing all of it." He like, "You doing the work. You not a boss. Don't do all that." I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Bro, real bosses get their hands dirty. Like they on the scene. They want to see what's going on. They coming in the business. They checking on the business." But I had to realize that I was conversating with a person that don't have these type of dreams, like, and they couldn't see my vision. So I wasn't gonna let that stop me, even though that it bothered them in a way that it was starting to mess with our friendship. I didn't care. Like I kept on saying, "I'm a boss." Like, bro, I'm a boss, bro. You gonna see. And I start going home, putting in the work, and somehow every celebrity that come to Memphis just started reaching out, man. Support system.
So supporting.
Yeah, they support, man.
Man, the vision ain't for everybody.
Nah, it ain't.
It's for you. God gave you a vision. You can't get mad when somebody don't believe in your vision and be like, "Man, you ain't no boss, or you ain't doing this. You ain't moving like that, man." We can't take it personal, man, because God gave us the vision.
Yeah, I didn't believe it till I had to see it, like, and it hurt my heart. It hurt me to this day that, like, certain people in my community, I don't go back around. I don't go to the community like that no more. If I'm doing something, it's given to the homeless. But like the vibe ain't the same because I don't do what it is I used to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm embraced more from people that was not in the community with me every day. Like even like certain gang member friends or whatever that wasn't in the community with me every day, they look at it, they more proud of me than the guys that was in the field with me. I guess it's because they still shocked to say how I did it. Like how you do it, like you was with us. Like you the one now, like you the face. Everybody know you now. We been working hard to get this attention around rappers and you cooking to do it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of friends were saying I'm, what they call it, D-riding. Okay. I'm like, I'm not asking these rappers to support me. I'm not inboxing nobody. I'm working hard, bro, and I'm putting out quality, bro. Like I care about quality. I care about what it is that you see with your eyes before you taste it with your mouth. You should see clean, fresh food. You should know the difference between spoiled food. Seeing it with your eyes, like if it don't look good, don't eat it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, people change once you start to elevate. Something you have to accept, though.
Man, they say that chickens don't fly, right?
Yeah, nah.
Chickens don't fly. I mean, like, you know, eagles, they fly alone sometimes because they elevate. But every bird, I think, eagles to fly the highest out of all the birds. And so, like, when you start to have vision and have goals for yourself, and you end up separating yourself, you end up, sometimes you lose friends.
You end up by yourself, like literally, but then you're gonna gain people that don't know you, man. And I think like that's what life's about, like meeting people that don't know you, nothing about you, man, and you giving them an opportunity to say, this is me, this is who I am. You like, and then they able to treat you accordingly to what it is you saying. Like if this who you are, I'm putting you up against who you are. It's only you or me to change my thoughts of you, like. Right. So, and then that's when you able to have people that support you and be there with you every step. Because a lot of people that been knowing you, they use your past and they don't want to let it go. Like what you might have done, something that they mad at you about. When people don't let go, you have to let go. Somebody got to make the decision. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you must be looking on my paper or something, because that was my next question. Like how do you think your past shows up in the type of chef that you are? And I heard you mention that you are in culinary schools. Mm-hmm. So like a leader always changes before it's time to change. A leader like is always learning. They never stop learning. And so you in school, man. I commend that.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man. That's major right there.
I applied for school once I got out of jail. I just beat my case yesterday. Got dismissed aggravated assault. It's a blessing, man.
Praise the Lord, man.
It's a blessing for that, man. I was gonna pop a bottle, but I ain't do nothing but go cook. My friend called me like, "What about it?" I'm like, "I'm in the kitchen. Bring one." But yeah, man. So it's a blessing to overcome certain things, man, and that's what it's all about for sure.
But how does that? How do you feel like your past distinguishes you, even from like when I'm sure when you're in culinary school, I can't see another you in the culinary school that you go. Ain't nobody talking. Come on, man.
Man,
Or how you
when
find
I'm
that
in
shit?
there, people come in and like other classes. They'll have students in the other class that notice me, and they'll get their teacher to come in my class and ask my teacher can they personally bring me out the class to come introduce myself to the whole class. It happens every time I go to class, and it's a blessing, and it feel good when people know you for something positive, bro. Like it's so easy for them to know you for something negative. You can get known for the negative. If you want to be known, it's easy to get known for the negative. You know what I'm saying? But be prepared for what's coming with it. You go life in danger, jail. You must be prepared for the worst once you decide negative decisions. So, man, that right there, man, it changed my life for the better.
Man, your story, man, is an inspiration, man. Both of y'all are inspiration. I know that folks listening to this show, watching this show, they should have their pen and pad out, taking some notes or some mental notes, man. Cause y'all definitely dropping gems. You spoke to speaking like life into existence, or speaking like I want to get into the portion of our show where I call it "We Changing the Game."
Right.
So like, you got a vision. I want to know like if you could share it, right? Because a lot of times I may have stuff that I'm working on or that I'm planning and I don't release it until I'm just ready to pop out with it. But like, what is next? And we're gonna go to Duke for this question, and we come back to you, AJ. Like, I want to know like, what can we expect from Duke 1 year, 2 years, 5 years down the road? What can we expect to see out of Duke? Now, with this particular question, it reveals how you view yourself, how you think of yourself, and the vision that you have for yourself. And in my opinion, that's all that matters, is how you view yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, like in the next 2-3 years though, like I can't say too much for this, but I got a cousin from out of town, and he called me like February, March this year, and he told me like he gonna give me the deal of a lifetime when I turn 19. It's for when I turn 20, but when I turn 19, I just gotta, switch everything up, It's another route, another way.
Okay.
Whole nother way, out of town. Can't nobody stop me out of town. That's why I always feel like, you can't chase your dreams where you from if you know it's haters where you from. Cause you can't chase your dreams if it's haters, Ain't nobody gonna let you, be what you wanna be if they hating on you, for sure. But if you go somewhere like freely, it's a big world. I've been outside of Memphis once. I've been to Miami for 3 days, came back to Memphis.
Yeah.
So, like, of course, I want to see the world, but like, that's why I see myself 2-3 years out of town.
So out of town.
On the balcony somewhere.
Doing what though?
Looking down.
Out of town on the balcony.
For real.
Looking down.
Like,
all right,
just,
so I wanna just kind of vision cast and add and speaking to you and say that can't nobody stop you.
Right.
But you, the only person that can stop Duke is Duke. It ain't nobody. I don't care how many haters you got. Like, can't nobody stop you, because as long as you have a will, there's a way. As long as you have a vision, then there are steps, there are plans, there are lanes that you can travel in to get you to what it is that you're trying to do. And like AJ said, like, he got folks that hate, right? But they can't stop him.
Forever hate. Hate don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Once it's in you, it's on you. It's gonna go through your kids. You gotta stop it in a way with actions. Right. People hate with actions. Words are words, but hate become actions. Like, they'll show you, but you gotta show them too.
Yeah.
Like, it's you against me.
That's
you can show me you hating, I'm for to show you it don't matter to me.
That's one thing I know about haters. Like, you show them no attention, but you show them you still going hard. Like, haters can't stand no pressure. And that's one thing I know for sure. Like, was a person hating on you, but they see you still, progressing. They really hate it. But it ain't doing nothing to make you feel, better.
And you ain't even gotta engage in the hate.
Yeah.
All you
No
gotta do is
no
just
fuel
keep
to
doing
the
what you're
fire.
doing.
No fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna be watching you, just pay them no mind. Like, I learned that, you know what I'm saying, was not, I ain't said ain't gotta be explained, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta explain yourself to people while you not talking to them, while you not dealing with them. You ain't gotta explain to a friend why you not coming around. They don't see it. It ain't meant for them to know it.
That's right, man. So, with AJ, man, like, what can we expect in the future? What's the next thing? Like you said, I listened to you and you said, like, maybe, I don't know how long ago it was, but you said you basically planned out your whole life,
Yeah.
right? And so, like, are we still doing that? Are we continuing to plan? And
Yeah.
like, if so, whatever you can share, because some things you may not want to share, all right? But what does that look like for AJ?
Man, right now, man, knowing that I'm just be the case, man, my head is up high with my goals. I plan on finishing school, and I plan on buying me a food truck, and then I plan on opening a nonprofit organization.
Come on, man.
Giving more back to the community, letting them know that this not just about me selling food. I understand that it's trending, and I understand that the food looks amazing, it tastes amazing, but it's more about taking the money that I have and putting it back in my community. You know what I'm saying? Giving people opportunity to say that you can do something different. You dare to be different. Like, yeah, if anybody know about the DARE program, dare to be different. So I want to be able to show kids that you can have fun and other things that you do. Let them know that when you see somebody doing something wrong, speak up. Like, don't always keep your mouth closed. If friends doing something wrong, if you see them stealing, tell them I ain't with it. Tell them that I ain't cool. If you play along like it's cool for people to do bad things, then bad things going to continue to happen. So us good people in the world, we got to speak up, let them know, man, we not doing it. We working hard for what we want. We not breaking in cars. We not stealing out of purses. We not snatching purses from grandmamas. Like, we leading by example. So my goal is to continue to go around in every community, every city, and talk to the kids, let them know, man, hey, one reason you mad because you ain't had nothing good to eat. You ain't had nothing healthy. You been eating grease food,
Right.
chips.
And they hungry, huh?
They hungry. They ain't had nothing healthy, man. Nothing that just tastes a little nasty to them, but they not knowing that it's really helping their body. It's gonna help them breathe more. It's helping your blood flow more. Like, you ain't gonna be tired of wanting to get up. You gonna get up. You gonna wake up with energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? The drugs is that bringing us down right now. So my goal is to let the kids know, slow down on the weed, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to roll as much. I ain't going to tell you not to do it, but slow it down, man. Save some of your money. You know what I'm saying? The weed man, he after your bag. He after your bankroll. Whatever you save, they after it.
Yeah.
So, man, next for me, man, is to continue to travel around the world, making known in the world that we all we got. You know what I'm saying? Black-owned business. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm pushing, man. For
Man,
sure.
words are powerful, man. Like, they're powerful.
Nah, for
Like,
real.
you speak what you want and you go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, you're living in the living example of that.
And
You
then
know
I
what I'm
just
saying?
learned this too, though. I just learned that, like, when you want things, you don't say I want it. Like, you don't say I want a car. I want to be this. I want this. Like, you say what it is you're gonna do. I'm going to get a car. I'm going to get a house. I'm going to be successful. When you say I want something, then you're going to always be stuck in wanting. You're going to forever want to be this and want to do this.
Powerful.
But when you say that see, that go back to me telling you I was going to my community saying I'm a boss. I'm telling them what it is that I already seen. And they looking at me weird like, how? When you ain't even put the work in yet.
Right.
But I'm prepared for the work.
Right.
So you got to be prepared for the sweat all night. You got to be prepared to give up and then be like, man, this whole day is just not my day today. I just feel like giving up today, but I'm not going to give up. I'm just ready for tomorrow. It be days I just be ready for it. Like, this ain't the day. But I gotta get through it, meaning I can't hurt myself, hurt nobody else, do nothing to go to jail. Today just gonna be a not good day. But tomorrow I'm gonna make sure that it was better than yesterday.
For sure, for sure.
Sure. So,
Man.
And I want to say something like,
Good.
it's this thing about my generation though, like the image. So my generation carry their image a long way, like how they carry themselves. But like, it ain't even worth like just showing everybody what y'all got going on. Like, you ain't gotta put everybody in your business. Just to look cool, just to look, you don't miss no J, that's cool. You don't miss a fit, that's cool. But everybody ain't gotta know what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Cause if people hate.
sure.
Facts. Man. Well, I have no doubt that when people listen to this podcast, man, and they listen to just y'all insight and what you guys shared, that they're going to be inspired, they're going to be motivated, motivated to change. Just understand that they don't have to stay where they are. They don't have to be stuck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you don't have to be stuck.
You don't have to be afraid to talk to these kids out here because they got these guns, man, but you got to know how to approach them, man. They will take your life, you know what I'm saying? If you come out as confused at what it is you trying to tell them, they're going to look at you like you playing games. They're not going to take you serious. You got one shot with these kids out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get them to listen to you, trying to get them to see what it is you trying to get them to do. So have your blueprint ready. Be prepared for when you approaching these kids that's out here, man, because their mind is very advanced and they only thinking about hurting. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about feelings, emotions. They take it as a joke. You know what I'm saying? So don't show emotion when you with these kids, man. Don't cry in front of them. Like, talk with a straight face. Take it serious. If you cry, they not gonna even take you serious.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? They gonna see weakness in you. You can't show no weakness in these kids in the community with these guns. That's the last thing you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So with me being a cook, I smile. You know what I'm saying? I ain't scared to shake their hand, be in their face. You know what I'm saying? I ain't scared to, you know what I'm saying, approach them because they creating a wave to where they want you to be fearless. They don't even want to walk up on them. That's why they got the guns and they wearing ski mat. They don't want you to approach them. Right. But you can't let that stop what God got you within you, what's calling your heart. Like, I got to get my message across. You just got one shot, though. That's all it is.
Man, that's what's up, man. So, like, if you listening to this podcast right now and you are an adult, just understand that Game Changers movement, it is a movement. And we are trying to organize and recruit and encourage as many people as possible in Memphis, Tennessee, and D.C., whatever city you from. Like, this is for you, because there's some youth that's in your city that feels like no one cares, right? And they're dying for somebody to approach them and show them another way, right? That may be you. You don't have to have $1 million in your pocket. You don't have to, be this person with this grand status or anything like that. Like, who you are is already enough. Yeah. They just need you to take a step and show love, right? Yeah. And so that's what this is all about, man. Just encouraging folks to get off the porch, get active, start mentoring. You know, grab somebody in your city, in your community, in your small sphere of influence. Like, you can change the game. Game changes. When we don't like the game, we change it.
All right.
Come on, man.